Future Jay here. I am here because I accidentally deleted my intro. So here we go. Welcome to today's video. My name is Jay, aka Honestlyskin on Instagram. If you could please hit the subscribe button at the bottom, I'd much appreciate it. And today's video is going to be about a wear test and review of the Maybelline SuperStay 24-hour skin tint mouthful of a name product. So instead of wasting any more time on the intro, let's just hop back into the video, and here is Past Jay. Good afternoon, YouTube. It's officially noon. So I'm continuing the wear test of the Maybelline SuperStay 24-hour skin tint. The first shade I had was in 129. If I can get the clips from Instagram, probably, because I had a card get corrupted for my camera, I will insert some footage of shade 129 that was quite Oompa Loompa orange on me. I'll find a clip, I'm sure, to put in here of something from Willy Wonka. We'll see which one I choose. Anyways, I picked up shade 120. It's almost a perfect match for me, at least for July when I get a little sun. I'm pretty fair in the winter, so it would probably be a couple shades lighter than this in the winter. This needs to be shaken really well. I'm gonna insert a photo or two here. It's loomy, like it's radiant. It's not sparkly, but it has tin oxide and titanium dioxide in some of them, depending on the shade. And when I show you the photos, there's gonna be a clear stripe of like radiant pigment in here. And I have another one where it's separated after it's set and you can see the like reflex. So I almost wish it had a ball in it, like some of the thinner products. It's not that thin though, so maybe it wouldn't work. But this, you need to shake this well. And what I'm doing now is not appropriate for YouTube.
The wanker.
Shake it really well until you don't see any like color gradation, because I'm still shaking it off camera.
Ah, blur!
Shake it really well. Shake it really well. Anyways, this is a good price in my opinion. It's $17.99 at like Ulta and CVS. The cheapest is, I'm pretty sure, Target. I think it was $13.99. People say this is kind of hard to find. I don't know if it's because I'm in Orange County and they...
I have to say, it's the moms. It's like the Million Mom March. The place is crawling with them. They're in the malls. They're at the rock concerts. They're shuffling out of the tanning salons in their mani-pedi flip-flops with their ever-present daughters and enormous frozen coffee drinks.
Orange County, and they kind of stock things like that around here a lot, and we have CVS's like every half a mile, it seems like, and then in between the CVS's there's a Walgreens, and then in between those there's two Targets. So it's, I literally went a quarter of a mile from my house and I got all of them. So, or they had all of them. So don't use their shade matcher, it's terrible. That's what chose my first shade. So their AI is not AI I'm scared of, I can tell you that, and I'm scared of a lot of other AI more and more every day. ChatGPT, I'm on the fence about. Bulk posting on Instagram, so obvious, not cool with that. Using it to learn shit, like I've used it for search engine optimization, helping with description boxes, camera settings, that's cool. Having it act as your consultant, that's cool. Like, there's ethical ways to use it, and I've decided that I'm a fan of it in an ethical way. But pay attention on Instagram. I did a test today actually, and I didn't write my post, and my friend Vanessa texted me. She's like, "What is your post today? That's not your voice." And I was like, "Good on you, you're the only one that noticed." And then I changed it back to my words and my voice. So I apologize for temporarily deceiving the people that saw that post this morning, but I just wanted to see, because I see a lot of lies out there on these posts, and I'm like, it's just fake. It's fake. You're all being fake. So why? Don't be fake. I have shitty engagement and not that many followers, but I'm not fucking fake. Like Nene. Bloop.
Said what I said,
As
and
always.
I'm not changing on it, okay?
I said what I said. Anyways, moving on. 18 shades. 18 shades. Maybelline, you got a lot of money. That's not good. It's not good. And they jump a lot. Like even in the fair colors, they're not that good in the fair colors. They're not good in any shade. I don't think the undertones and stuff are nearly as good as the Fit Me range. Like Fit Me Matte and Poreless, if I've ever wanted to wear makeup throughout the past few years, was what I would put a couple drops on and just rub in with my fingers, and basically nobody could tell, and it was because there's like so many shades. This one is kind of like Fit Me, in my opinion, if they added a whole bunch of luminous stuff to it. It wears the same to me. The only thing that's different is the dropper packaging, and honestly that's, even though it's not a pump, the dropper packaging is an improvement over the Fit Me packaging, which if anybody's ever used that, you know it's like L'Oreal double wear. Like, hello, you charged me money, did you forget to finish the packaging? Am I just supposed to like dump it out? Like, no, finish the job. At best okay, because in my opinion this is not a skin tint. This is more like the NYX Total Control cover drops. I never liked those. I tried those when I was kind of into like trying to hide my imperfections, which I don't give a flying fuck anymore. Like, hey buddy, I zipped this last night, so it's not raised anymore and the zip popped the whitehead. But it's gonna be interesting today because the past times that I've tried this, and if you wanna see, I'm wearing it because I've been doing wear tests in my past 3 videos, and I think it looks really good. So I was like, shit, I look good on camera, I'm gonna wear this. It's more of like those control drops, like 3 to 4 drops with my fingers does my whole face. And then the other one it reminds me of, and I was like, the Cover FX Total Control drops, I think is what they were called. Like, remember when the highlighter drops? Wow, was that like 2016? Like, I kind of want to go back to 2016, but like not like Dramageddon 2016. Once was enough. Like, once was enough. Anyways, I don't know if Cover FX exists anymore. I think they might have like bit the dust. Poof. Like a lot of big things are now. Honestly, I don't care that a lot of these bigger brands are going away. Like, you had your time, you're millionaires. Peace, deuces. Next, indie brands, cool. Innovation, cool. Conglomerates, I guess sometimes we buy from them. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged.
I'm guilty as charged.
That went down the wrong pipe. Okay, let's get into application. Remember, shake this really well. I prefer my fingers. I like a brush. I have my favorite brush out. I've got my favorite
I'm professional.
NYX foundation brush that I customized. It says JB Buffin. It's a buffing brush. This is the best brush ever. Jackie Ina convinced me to get this brush. Jagga, 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 jagga. One of the... Hello? My favorite brush. Next to my IT Cosmetics powder brush, and then the IT Cosmetics... Well, I have 3 favorite brushes. IT Cosmetics double-ended brush. Bomb brush. Buy the e.l.f. one. But this NYX foundation brush is... wunderbar. Like, even if you don't wear makeup, it's just like, I prefer to apply this with my fingers, and then if I need to, I kind of like to move it around a little bit, but mostly I like to go in kind of like this. I feel like my hand gets less tired. I'm no makeup artist, but who did I see do this? Oh, Nikki LaRose. Susan Yara's makeup artist. I love her. She has a great channel. Dude, she put out the craziest video last weekend where she tested like every blush or something, kind of like a Sophia Nygaard. The thing was like 2 hours long. I think it's like, if you're into blush or bronze or whatever she tested, you should watch that video because it's so comprehensive. I was like, this is not for me this weekend, but good on you for like, whoa, how long did that take to film, edit, render, and upload? I cannot even imagine. I can't imagine. Anyway, so I like to, she holds her brush like this, I would imagine it's because she does a lot of work and like it's easier on your hands. So when I put it on and after I rub it on, I kind of just like to just stipple. One thing I absolutely do not recommend, and I guess it could be different for everybody's skin, but skip a sponge.
I said what I said,
As
and
always.
I'm not changing them.
Don't do it. It's gonna make you have to give more money to Maybelline and buy more, and you're just gonna have to clean your sponges more. Like, it's a lose-lose. So just clean phalanges, like Phoebe would say.
My name is Regina Phalange.
Or a good brush, nice dense brush, and you're good to go. Actually, I've been using this under my eyes as well, so like towards the end, I just kind of like and it kind of covers up my darkness like concealer. I put it over eye cream, so I'm not concerned about the amount of alcohol that's in it. In general, I'm not concerned about the alcohol at all, and you shouldn't be either, because if you're doing your routine properly, you're putting on top of a serum, a moisturizer, and a sunscreen. Better be a sunscreen, or we're gonna have beef.
What'd you say?
Say it again! I dare you to say it again!
Beef. Okay. Watch Keeping Up with, or whatever, the Kardashians, just one episode. Watch Khloe's melanoma one, and you'll get your fucking sunscreen game straight, because she wears sunscreen. I know it, I've seen it. She wears Elta MD religiously, still has melanoma. So don't fuck around, put your sunscreen on. End of PSA. Move down, going down. Why it needs a pump? Why does it need a pump, you say? Remember my, well, it doesn't really, like, it's kind of like duty-like in the tube, but it sticks everywhere. This is just like the La Roche-Posay vitamin C. Like, I use it now. It's like I could take a whole application for my face today off the bottle. I'm gonna take one more drop here, one more drop here, one more drop here. The dropper thing isn't really a thing for me. It needs a pump, flat out. And I just blot it around, and it's just like, just glides right over. I just like to get it on. And then once I have a little on, what I'll do is like, just take like a drop or two. See, it's not good at getting drops out. Then I just dab it on my hand, and then I just start going. I think this does oxidize a little bit, because I noticed that right now it looks exactly like my face color, but then I noticed that it like kind of matches already, but then I feel like it does warm up just a little bit, but not to the extent like I have a shade where I don't have to be like perfect right here, and it's not noticeable. When I had the orange one on, whoo, if I can find some pictures of that, I will put, the line of demarcation on that was just like, it was not good. Was not good. All right, it's really hard to do this in the viewfinder, so I'm gonna pull one of those things that people do on the YouTube, where it's like, I'm gonna do my brows off camera and I'll be right back, and we'll like focus on the product I'm trying to sell you. So I actually like this kind of like a powder foundation. If anybody knows how that kind of goes, like when you put it on, I used to wear some powder when I was in the restaurant industry, because it was just a really nice way of like, if you were running around and you were like hustling and you were like getting flushed, or you were nervous, or you fucked up, and like it really hides that like if you turn red, and also really helps because most restaurants are too cheap to run their air conditioning really well. Not you sweat your balls off or your tits off, depending. All right, I just like to go around this just because it feels good. I don't need to be doing this anymore. It just feels good. But what I was saying is, it's kind of like a powder foundation, where if you're experienced with that, when you put it on, you don't love it, but then you like go about your business, and your like sebum kind of mixed with it, and you go out in the sun, and you're kind of like doing your thing, and then you look in the mirror like an hour or two later, and you're like, who's that? Hey, you're looking good.
I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling my
good. And then for the rest of the day, it looks good. So about an hour or two in, when like my natural oils start to produce, like I feel like it just looks really like luminous all day. And even right here, and if you look, I'll link some of my videos, you can go back if you want to see like what it looks like in the evening after I've worn it, like under these lights. Like there's a ring light here, there's a ring light here, and there's a studio light attached to my camera right here. So there's 3 lights here, plus natural skylight here, which is why I like to film right here. There's a skylight up there that provides like nice filtered light all day. I was saying I like the way this kind of develops throughout the day. It doesn't get too greasy, and even though, like how I was saying, it's luminous right here, if you see in my other videos, my pores aren't really accentuated, and I do, like I have texture right here, because like my beard, like some stray hairs kind of grow up this way, and it's just, it is what it is. Like we're humans, we have texture, and generally luminous products are luminous. So if you put something luminous over raised bumps with flat areas, you're gonna see the raised bump basically sparkle on its own. This doesn't really emphasize any of that like texture. Like, it just looks really nice. It doesn't gather in facial hair. And this is over sunscreen. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'll insert a photo of my routine this morning because it's on my Instagram stories as well, so I'll clip that. All I have on my skin this morning is some Jordan Samuel Skin Hydrate the Mist. I rinsed my face. I did a Jordan Samuel Skin Hydrate the Mist, and then I did some of the original Laneige Cream Skin Refiner. I want the new one, but they last so long. I'm not gonna be able to, like, I have so much left of the bottle I've been using for months. I'm not gonna be able to get the new one for at least a year. At least a year. So on top of my cream skin, I put the Algenist Sublime Defense SPF 50. So in my initial wear test for the first like 2 days, I had the wrong color. I didn't do any priming, nothing like that. I just like to put it on my skin, kind of how like other people do when they do wear tests. And then once you know, you can kind of introduce other variables. So I had never set it before. I hadn't done anything. I normally set even my sunscreen with, for years I've been using the Skindinavia one. If you don't know, they make Urban Decays. It's not Urban Decay that makes it, it's Skindinavia. They're the OG setting spray. This is the normal one. They have an oil controlling one. I think they have a luminous one, and then they have a bridal one. If you are not fucking around with that's basically hairspray. So like, they got a lot of options for you. I do recommend this over Urban Decay because Skindinavia is like just a better brand. They don't release garbage. It wears really well in hot temperatures and humidity. The humidity's in like the 60s and 70% around here in California right now, so it is a little dewy. It's by no means East Coast or like Midwest or South summer dewy or any other humid places around the world, but we will get there. In September is our hottest month, so maybe I'll do like a revisit and see how it wears. I'm also gonna be in New York and Pennsylvania for a month, so maybe I'll try it in the city one day. If this could survive like 40,000 steps or 18 miles walking from like, I mean, I'm known to walk from Harlem on the Upper West Side of Harlem down the river all the way to my friend's apartment that is in Battery Park City. If you're not familiar with New York, that is basically the entire length of Manhattan that I walk along the Hudson, and occasionally I'll get a city bike, but I just think it's a nice way when you're done. Like, I work my way uptown doing my thing, and then I head back down along the river. It's like my jam. If that can last through a day like that, wow, that'd be impressive. Today, I actually am going to set it. So like, I know I had mentioned that I either set it with the Skindinavia, a new fave of mine. This is gonna be shocking because I think this brand's marketing is preposterous. Hey, Babe, stay gorgeous out there. Pink, white. It's just like, who does the branding for Benefit? It's the worst, like one of the worst. So today, I want to test it with I'm actually gonna test it with the Benefit. This is the Benefit POREfessional Super Setter. This is one of those sprays that has powder in it. If you've ever tried one of those in the past few years, they have been attempted and they have not succeeded. I think Tatcha had one. Off the top of my head, I can't recall the other ones, but the powder always clogs the mister and then you get like these little white dots on your face. It was a mess. High praises, high praises, high praises. This has a super fine mister. I feel like Nikki tutorials right now. Where's my hand? Nikki! Nikki the Jaeger? Nikki? Back to this. They achieved a microfine mist in an alcohol-free formula with microfine powders that set your face without being too matte, does blur your pores, and looks really good all day. Like, look at my face. It's like not matte, it's not flat, but it's like, I can get pretty close to you and like, actually I always like to do a little extra, like one more X. That's where I generally get the shiniest. Right in my like smile, I guess Smile lines? I don't give a fuck if they're smile lines. Like, I am all cheeks. Das German Irish cheeks. Okay, so I want to talk about transfer. So the first 2 times that I tried it, I didn't set it. No powder, no nothing. Minimal transfer. A little greasy kind of looking on your phone, like it does, like it transfers. But like I think I was wearing this shirt one of these days and I had just like a little right here, which is one of the reasons I hate makeup, because I don't like to do my laundry that often. Oh boy, I throw my shit and quick wash, quick dry, wrinkle preventer, because I'm not gonna get it out of the dryer for hours, and then I'm not gonna hang it up. It's just gonna sit in the laundry basket. I'm gonna pull my clothes out of there, throw them in the dryer with wrinkle release on, and then wear them out of the dryer. It's just how it goes. Okay, so what I like so far, I do like this product. I recommend it. Like, I've tried it for over a week now in 2 different shades, and I don't usually wear pigment. I like to try like foundations and stuff, and generally I give them to a friend because I'm intrigued to see if it'd be good for them, or my mom, because she is terrible at choosing things like that, and so I usually choose stuff for her that I think will look good on 78-year-old skin. Love you, Mom, you look great for your age. So a little wrap up of what I think about the Maybelline SuperStay 24-hour skin tint with vitamin C. I really enjoy the ease that it goes on with fingers and tapped out with a brush. I enjoy the coverage, I enjoy the luminosity, I enjoy that for something that's luminous, it diffuses the pores, which normally luminous things accentuate your pores and texture. That does not happen for me. I do exfoliate and try to keep it as smooth as I can, so you know, everybody's gonna have different results with that. The price is very fair in my opinion. $17.99 down to like $13.99 depending where you get it. $17.99 is the Ulta CVS range, but they can usually do coupons, so like the 20% off an item that's not prestige at Ulta is usually available, and there's usually $4 off coupons available at CVS, or 20% off coupons. You can get those down to a Target price if you don't have a Target near you. The shade range it's okay. Like, they say it's a skin tint, but in my opinion this has quite a bit of coverage. Like, my whole face is covered with like 4 drops, so I don't think that the 18 shades is what you would generally say isn't that like flexible because it's a skin tint range. These feel like pigment drops to me. So like I said, these feel like the NYX Total Control drops, or I think the Defunct Color Effects pigment drops. So in my opinion, it's not skin tint, it's drops. So that could be cool. I haven't tried mixing it in with anything else because it looks so good on its own, but I'm wondering if like a drop or 2 in your moisturizer, or maybe just a drop in your sunscreen so you don't compromise the efficacy of the formula. If you want to make like something matte a little more dewy with like a hint of coverage, just to like run kids to school or like pop to the market. I think there's a lot of versatility here. I said I've been doing wear tests, so I will link the 3 videos that I have filmed before if you want to see how it looks on my skin after I've been basically wearing it all day, because those videos were either filmed in the latter afternoon or the, well, not latter evening, like late evening, like 10, 11 o'clock. So you can take a look at what it looks like after being worn without primer, setting spray, or any powder. It looks really good. Like, I don't mind how radiant it is in the end of those videos. So if you want to check those out, I'll link them down below. I might throw one up in a title card right here so I can get some more views on a certain video. Who knows? I'm not ashamed. Really annoyed that I keep saying, stop, Jay. You're intelligent. You use grammar. Wanker. I just did it again. I want to discuss the pigment in here. My friend Vanessa that I had mentioned earlier in the video, or if I hadn't mentioned it, this is going to be a separate clip, was looking at my photos a little more closely, because we send really close-up pictures to each other, like pictures you shouldn't send of your face that close to people, and we're like, what do you think? What does this look like? And it's like, whoa, but we're cool like that. So she noticed in my photos of when I was wearing the darker shade that I had this kind of like silver Tin Man like streak on my cheek, and I'm gonna be probably inserting a clip here of something from The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, that's gonna happen. And then I realized after she mentioned that, I went and looked at the bottle, and you can see the pigment in a stripe when it's shaken, and you can see pigment, like I mentioned in the video before, if it's been sitting overnight from here down. So it needs to be shaken really well. And I think it could depend on the shade of how much it's gonna affect you, because I think lighter shades are probably gonna have titanium dioxide in it more because it's a white pigment, and tin oxide is on the silver side. And then there's other possibilities of other pigments being in there. And I have a feeling those pigments are gonna change depending on how dark or light the shade is. So you're not gonna put a whole bunch of titanium dioxide in a dark shade, but I feel like I noticed more tin oxide in the darker shade than I did in this, because right now I love this, but I don't see this stripe. I can find a photo. I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the day, and I'm gonna set it today and see how it wears with powder, because it is currently 84 degrees at 12:50, and it's probably gonna be another 10 degrees hotter by the time the sun sets. So I'll be curious how this wears for the rest of the day. I don't know if I'll have time because I have to go out to do any like video footage, but in editing I'll try to put some notes of like if I think it wears extra well with some setting spray and powder. And the setting spray, like I said, is the Benefit one, and the powder I'm probably gonna use is the Honest Company talc-free translucent blurring powder, because it's crazy fucking blurring and it works really well in high humidity. So, well, thank you for joining me for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions about the Maybelline SuperStay Skin Tint or anything about how long it wore in my other wear test, feel free to ask me down in the comments below. Appreciate it if you would pop down below and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, even though it doesn't work. It doesn't. I subscribed to my own channel and I got my notification 36 hours later. Like, you can't, like, notifications are so dumb. Anyways, I would still like you to do it because I'm a growing channel, and if you could share this with anybody, I would like to try to grow this channel. It's something I've been enjoying very much. I wish I started earlier. I've had way more fun doing any of this work and more fulfillment than I have in 10 years on Instagram. So I'm gonna be doing more on here, and I'm gonna be drifting away from Meta because I can't stand Meta as a company. I'm gonna put some eggs in Google's basket. We don't totally align in our morals, but we align a lot more than I do with Meta and the Zuck. So once again, my name is Jay, AKA Honestlyskin on Instagram. Sorry for the long outro. I am a rambler. I hope you join me for my next video. I'm gonna put a title card at the end with a video if you feel like watching another one. If not, and it's your time to go, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I do appreciate you joining me today. And I will see you next time. YouTube Beauty Guru montage.